Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, January 8th, 2024. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. That was the worst snowstorm ever. The only consolation for me was that I was finally able to get over to Chris's charcoal pit in their new location, and I can report that they did not miss a beat while they were gone. Awesome Euro, and let me go out on a limb here. The best French fries in the county. All right, just a quick reminder in case you're not signed up, we do have a daily news recap newsletter. It's great for news that happens after this drops in the morning and what happens over the weekend. It's local, it's free, it hits your email inbox every night at 7 p.m., and I'm going to drop a link right here in the show notes. Anyhow, we do have a whole lot of news to catch up on, so shall we? The Anne Arundel County Police are investigating the first shooting death of the year. At about 6 p.m. yesterday, the Anne Arundel County Police responded to the 1200 block of Hampton Road in the Cape St. Clair neighborhood. Details have not been released just yet, but one victim suffering from a gunshot wound to the chest was declared dead at the scene. You want to check back at eyeonannapolis.net a bit later for more information on this story. In a bizarre New Year's Day incident, a 33-year-old Annapolis woman faces serious criminal charges after what may have been a night of revelry gone awry. On January 1st, the Annapolis police were called to the Nautilus Point Apartments for a burglary. There, they discovered a 33-year-old woman, a resident of the complex, had broken into one unit and assaulted the resident and caused damage to the apartment. Then, she broke into another one, got naked, and caused some more damage. To make matters worse, she bit and spat on an officer. So now she has 3 misdemeanor charges and a felony burglary charge to deal with. She was briefly held and then released on her own recognizance with a court date a little bit later on this month. Some sad news out of the U.S. Naval Academy. Midshipman First Class Mason Halsey, 22, of Gulfport, Mississippi, passed away during holiday leave while in Mississippi. The circumstances surrounding his death are under investigation, and Rear Admiral Fred Kacher, who is the acting superintendent, expressed condolences on behalf of the entire Naval Academy community. Halsey was a political science major and a dedicated member of the co-ed cheer team. Don Quinn, a Democrat and a civil rights attorney, officially launched his campaign for Congress in Annapolis last week. Quinn, a combat veteran, pledges to protect democracy and fight for change in the House of Representatives. His legislative agenda will include enshrining reproductive rights into the federal law and championing environmental justice. Quinn, already representing Maryland residents in the federal court system, emphasized the need for leaders who can work within the system to bring about positive change. Now, in 2014, Quinn, then a resident of Annapolis, unsuccessfully ran as a Republican against former state senator John Astle. Annapolis High has kicked off the new year with a unique initiative, Service Month. Throughout January, the school will focus on fostering a culture of giving back among students. The program does include field trips, a service learning portal, a service fair showcasing opportunities, and an interactive school-wide calendar. With support from the PTSA, the school was awarded a grant for materials enhancing the impact of the school-wide service projects. Collaborations with local organizations and businesses underline the school's commitment to the community engagement, marking the beginning of a year-round effort to empower students in making a positive difference. Hopefully you caught our Canines and Crosstreks on Friday with Pappy. He was a somewhat shy Maltese mix, but he's going to warm up to you very quickly if you just give him a few minutes of your time. Hopefully you have some room in your heart and home for him, and if you missed that episode, go back and give it a listen. On Saturday, we spoke with the movers and shakers at Third Eye Comics, and they had big news. A new Third Eye music and video opening soon. So you do want to give that a listen and get all the details on that. All right, that's a wrap. Thank you first and foremost, and also a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's daily news brief, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, and Hospice of the Chesapeake. Ann Covington is here with her Monday Money Report, and George Young from DCMDVA Weather is here with the only locally forecasted weather report you're going to find. All that's coming up your way in just a bit, so Hang around.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMD VA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMD VA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMD VA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, January 8th. Plenty of additional rain ahead for the Annapolis region over the next 5 to 6 days, with more above average temps as well. Look for mixed skies today with highs in the mid-40s to lower 50s, followed by rain and wind tomorrow into Wednesday morning, with temps tomorrow in the 50s actually going up into the upper 50s or so, maybe near 60 degrees at night as winds gust to 40 or 50 miles per hour in the PM hours and overnight hours, with rain then moving out sometime Wednesday morning with more 50s 4 p.m. highs and more breezy winds Wednesday. From there, it'll be sunny and fairly nice Thursday with highs around 50 degrees, followed by increasing clouds Friday with highs again around the 50-degree mark ahead of more rain and breezy winds Saturday with highs again in the lower 50s, with sunshine then returning Sunday with PM highs falling back down into the low 40s. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMD VA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to follow DCMD VA Weather on Facebook and X for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham, where appointments are not necessary. Mac Medics is an Apple-authorized service provider. Mac Medics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Mac Medics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple-authorized sales and service, and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Mac Medics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. You work hard for your money. Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing it can be confusing. Ann Covington, a financial planner from CovingtonAlsina, has been helping people make sense of it for nearly 20 years. Are you ready? Now, here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Covington of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. The market started off the year on a down note, with the S&P 500 down about 1.5%. Much of the decline was driven by some of the big tech stocks that had fueled market gains for most of 2023. It remains to be seen if this is just investors taking gains off the table or a hint of future declines. Companies begin reporting quarterly earnings this week, which may provide insight into the rest of the year. With the start of a new year, it's a great time to take stock of your finances. If you haven't already done so, prepare a balance sheet. This is just a list of your assets, or what you own, and your liabilities, or what you owe. The difference between the two is your net worth. After that, take all those year-end reports from your bank and credit cards to see how you're spending your money. An overall budget for the year can be a great exercise as well. Start by listing your take-home pay, multiplied by the number of paychecks you receive each year. Then list your fixed expenses, such as rent or mortgage payments, insurance, and phone payments. Next are your variable expenses, such as electricity, gas, and groceries. What's left over is your available discretionary income. Look at each line item to see where you can find savings. Can you stop a streaming or subscription service? Spend time planning your meals for the week to reduce your grocery bill? Shop for lower rates for home and auto insurance? If you have a specific goal in mind, add that to your fixed expenses. Whether the goal is building emergency savings or taking an amazing vacation, that should become a bill. If you set aside the money automatically, it will lower your discretionary income. Many of us spend whatever is in our checking account without worry, but then there's nothing left to save for other goals. Save first and spend whatever's left. Your final step is looking at any debt you have outside of your mortgage. Are there loans that could be consolidated or refinanced? Do you need to focus on paying off credit card debt? Calculate the amount you are spending on interest annually and work to reduce that number to zero. Your action item this week is to adjust your savings. IRA and 401k limits have increased, so consider increasing your contributions, especially if you've received a raise to start the year. CovingtonAlsina is a registered investment advisor. Information presented for educational purposes only, not to make an offer or solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments involve risk unless otherwise stated and not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult with a qualified financial advisor and or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Covington with CovingtonAlsina.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.